We're back here for the second game of tonight's doubleheader at the Eltham High School, or known as the Wildcat Den. Just for you, Jordan. Just for you, Jordan Canavan. A little cheeky smile there. I like it. It is. It's the men that are on show now. And just watching these warm-ups right here now, Dwayne, there's a lot of athletes at both ends. You've got Josh Sykes at one end, but I'm looking from the shooting guard to the five-man down the end for the COE. They're all getting up and about and playing above the rim. But also got some shooters on the court. Dave Shaffert. All right. You got Adam Doyle. And down the end for the COE, Angus Glover shooting 45% from the three. Hunter Clark, 43%, their captain. It's going to be an exciting men's game here.
I'm really excited about what we can see. I haven't seen the COE live before, so it's I have been to Canberra, I should say, and watched them train earlier in the year when we went up for a tournament at Easter, and taken junior kids to the COE for camps a couple of times over the last 5 years, so get to watch them a little bit at practice, but practice to training and then going into games is a whole different situation. So really excited about what comes ahead. And for me, the Wildcats, wow, Albury last week played with 8 players, having Mitch Lee first came back after being out injured for a long time, with several away, with Adam Doyle away at the wedding in Adelaide, Jeremy McKay not there available either. So likes of Yamuni having to play a lot of minutes last week with Whelan. Good opportunity for them. And then at half-time, they were still reasonably close, and they just ran out of legs in the end. So adding those extra couple of rotations in will be good for them, good for the Wildcats.
As is Coach Adam Capon over here, giving his final message to the troops. But COE this week added 3 extra guys, and as you spoke about earlier, guys being away due to those Worlds commitments, either 19s or the camps of the 17s. Some of them have come back, but some guys being away at the 19s Worlds. You see, I believe, Patrick Ryan, who's come out of the country program for Victoria, gets a chance to go tonight. But you look at the guys of... I apologise if I get his name wrong, but Tamuri Wigness, who last year took Australia to, I believe, the gold medal match, and they were able to claim gold. It is for him, age 17. He gets himself a couple of assists a game. But Angus Glover, for me, is a talking point of coming off ACL to ACL, knee surgeries, played in the Waratah Youth League before he came back and gets a chance at the NBL1 with the COE.
Yeah, I think that having the COE in the NBL1 is great for these young athletes pushing up to either prior to going to college, or if they're not going there, to take their game to get either WNBL or NBL roster spots. Great opportunity to develop at such a high level, playing every week.
As is, we look at the Wildcats. And you look at their starting 5, and Justin Ava in the starting 5 for the Wildcats. Came across from Knox after playing Siebel over there. Coach Lee was able to get him here. Adam Doyle, South Australia. You got Josh Sykes, as we all know. Simon Bradbury's there. And you got Jeremy McKay, who come back from college, who's looking forward to this game, and we'll see. I reckon one of these young blokes will be able to jump with Josh Sykes in the air.
Well, they're all going back already, straight to defence, assuming that Sykes was going to win. Eventually he did, but
you almost wonder if the referee just wants to hand it to Red some weeks and just go, here, you take it. But here we see Avas off the bat with the three-pointer.
Well, that's the way to start. Come straight in, whack, Straight away.
He's Glover.
And that's confidence for Ava. Make the first one, and he's going to be good all night.
Let's see how he goes. If you can do that, well, I can do it too. And they respond with their own 3. As Adam Doyle will bring the ball up the floor. Early screen here from Bradbury. A little bit of shuffle action here for the Wildcats. And here's Ava in that spot again.
Same spot.
He's
and then he gets the foul.
There's McKay both times.
So there's that confidence. He made the last one same spot. He's like, I'm going to go again. Even though he was defended in theory. But foul comes and he gets 3 foul shots now.
Coach Capehorn talking to Angus Glover, the one man, straight away. Ava misses the first, gets the second to go. The third one gets his 2 of the 3. Wildcats lead 5-3 early here.
Good interesting matchup there with McKay defending Glover on the perimeter.
There's that pull-up. There's Sykes on the boards and Doyle pushing the ball down the court. McKay running hard. Gets an early on-ball action. Sykes in the post. Trying to use that strong body against the younger kids. Tattersall running the lanes. And he gets a little left-hand hook shot to go. As you've seen early, both teams looking to push the ball, get it up and down the floor, try and create that early transition. Get just some easy points. Here's Doyle, off a handoff into an on-ball for a long 2.
That was the key here for when the Wildcats played Bendigo. Was they got all over Bendigo in the first half when they were pushing the ball. As soon as Bendigo started to run the ball, that momentum turned and Bendigo got on top.
You see Doyle all over it here. Glover with the 3-pointer. No good. Box out from Bradbury. Unable to get the long outlet.
They're looking to push the ball a little bit early, the Wildcats, but indicating that pass from Bradbury just couldn't quite get it. Glover, good move, gets all the way to the rim. No help coming in. Just almost like they invited him to just come and make a layup.
You see Glover denying Doyle the ball, making someone else have to bring it up and get the offense set. It'll be Sykes. Finds Ava. Sykes inside. Up, little left-hand reverse. 2 points. They're all square. There's that pushing of the ball again. Tattersall getting on the rim. All right, great pass. And a foul be on Ava. Just out of position.
You can see it's going to be one of the fastest games played here at the Den. It's going to be up and down. See where you're going to attack this. Push the ball hard. They don't want to get into a wrestle. They want to get out and run.
Into Schmidt. Schmidt will give it to Dennis. Ava unable to get a hand in the lane.
A contested 3 and the Wildcats come up with a rebound. McKay looking to push.
Doyle went to make that extra pass, but he threw it straight into McKay's back. Yeah. Glover will bring it up the court. Coach Capehorn directing traffic. Hunter Clark at the top, gives it to Schmidt. Doyle's all over it. Here's Hunter Clark, the captain. Sees Josh Sykes stepping across. Finds Tattersall with the 3 ball.
Let's go back to earlier in the women's game we were talking about, feet in the paint. It's that penetration, draw a crowd, and then you just got to find the open one. And your teammate most of the time will reward you by putting it in.
Doyle with the floater.
Sykes going up.
It was almost as if Josh Sykes was ready for a lob there.
I think he wasn't sure whether it was a floater or as a lob for the dunk. I think he was hoping for the dunk.
As it is, sticks with it. Goes up again, tries to dunk it, he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Able to get the first. %54%. Able to get the second. Will Tattersall here. Gives it to Glover. Glover on the rim. Lovely first step there from Glover. Very quick, very explosive. I reckon he could have almost dunked that one too.
Yeah, but it was the no help coming in from the other side. Get blow by on the first guy, but there was no help coming in.
McKay, foul line, pull-up jump shot. Unable to get it to go. Bradbury trying to get on the board. Saved by the COE. We're coming the other way. It's going to be a blocking call here on Sykes.
Got their first subs coming in for the game. Wigness comes in and McBegor comes in as well.
Little housekeeping there from the referee, just making sure all the singlets are tucked in. Just making sure the players realise that they're going to look neat on the court. Here's Wigness. Gives it to Hunter Clark. Puts the ball on the floor. Tattersall.
Oh, and Sykes with that's the second one. Two real quick ones with the reach around.
Coach Lee looks at the bench. Sykes having a little chat with the referee there.
A little bit of by-play chit-chat.
Just telling him I got the ball, not his arm. On ball action here. Nice little pass inside. Just unable to get the catch there, Schmidt. McKay running the one. Calling Doyle over to come get us set up. Doyle wants to be able to create it off the on ball. There's Sykes.
And you get a foul against Tattersall, I think, for blocking his running at the rim.
And you see the COE wanting to take that leaping ability away from Sykes, make him have to create a little bit differently. You'll see Mitch Lee will check in here. I don't know about you, but I think the COE just got bigger again with their 5-man they bring in. There's Ava, long two, unable to get it to go. Glover pushes the ball to Clark. Clark wants to create off the dribble. There's Tattersall.
Oh, it was interesting, got to tell you, but the ball didn't spin at all. It almost floated.
If anything, it was more of a side spin, is what it was going to create too.
Nice strong move from McKay. Step back to the middle.
It is a 3-point game here. Straight away for the Wildcats. They're realising you play, you get a good shot.
Oh, and his footer standing out of bounds, Hunter Clark, when he received it.
The Wildcats get a good shot, but straight away the COE pushing it straight back down their throats, making them have to turn around, play that defence. Will be a two-way basketball. As Doyle gets into McKay. To Ava. Seal inside, dump off to McBegor. Out to Doyle. Comes off the on-ball. Tip. Pass is tipped. The foul's going to be called on the Wildcats. Be on Jeremy McKay.
Looks like the crowd is not quite happy with that call, but I think you're right, Tommy, when Schmidt went out, Talbot comes in. I think he's a bit taller.
Not listed as taller, but he looks a bit taller. Good size about him, though.
Nice
There's
roll
Glover.
on the rim, but Glover hits the three.
Right, with nothing against McKay, but his hand was right in the face. Ava looking at that triple, puts the ball on the floor, he'll draw the foul. What do you go on, Dennis?
They're calling a lot of little contact right now. The referee's putting their foot down right at the start. Not going to take any little anything. Just going to make sure they're in control.
Strong screen there from McKay. Doyle put the ball on the floor, stripped
Nice
away.
Strip from Wigness. Just get a little hand, just get a deflection.
There's that
Glover.
athleticism from Glover. Doyle pushing the ball. The COE out to a 17-9 start here.
Just a little bit stagnant here for the Wildcats. Not a lot of movement.
McKay putting that ball on the floor. There's McGraw, short corner Jay.
Almost
On the
had to
boards.
get talked into shooting it.
Foul be on Wigness.
And McKay will go to the foul line to shoot 2 because we're in the bonus.
It's not very early, but 3.5 minutes and you're putting the team to the line. For the Wildcats, chance to punish the COE as McKay's unable to do that on the first. He gets a second to go.
There's a bit of half-court trap coming in for the Wildcats, but easily worked through from the COE. Talbot inside.
There's going to be a travel call. Basket's going to wave.
Waved away. Good move, though.
Coach Capehorn wasn't too sure about that. He did ask the referee, but in the end, to travel. There's going to be the Wildcats to bring the ball down the court. It'll be Doyle. Glover looking for that switch, but no one stepped up to guard Avery, and he just gets a foul line jump shot.
And that's going to go down most times. You get pull-up foul on the foul line.
It's something we don't always see, is that pull-up mid-range jump shot. Here's Dennis in the corner with the 3 ball. He shoots it long. Avery to bring the ball down the court. Oh, gets his defense stumbling, pulls up, shoots the 3, and he's fouled. Foul be on Dennis. That'll be his 3rd. Early in this game, he's picking up foul number 3. As Hunter Clark will check in.
It was a quick rest from Hunter Clark,
the captain. Yet to see Victorian Josh Coonan get some time here. As he's over, gets the first to go.
And the second.
And the second.
And it's back 14-17, and they're in a bit back to this half-court trap again.
You see Lee stepping up there, take away that reversal.
Not necessarily really a trap, it's more about delaying time on the shot clock. But ended up with Glover with a wide open 3 in the corner, with McKay running past him to try and block the 3.
Doyle says, McGraw, you come up. I want someone else. Unable to get it to go. McKay gets a hand on it, tips it to McGraw, and he gets 2 points. And now it's back to a 1-point game. And Capehorn, he's seen enough. He goes, I don't like what I'm seeing. Let's go and change something around.
Just a little bit off topic, Tommy. Just we know in the women's, we were talking about the under-16 nationals that were on. So Vic Metro girls end up continued on and beat New South Wales Metro 70-59. They'll advance to the final tomorrow, playing South Australia Metro.
Does that mean that Vic Country will come up against New South Wales?
They will, in playing off for bronze, and in the men, Vic Country winning earlier, but at the moment it's 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's SA Metro 7 over Vic Metro 6, so that's going to be a scrap all the way to the end, you'd think. Victoria versus South Australia. As
you talked about, it's always a full-on game between the Vics and the South Australians. Hopefully the Christian Ferranato in that Vic Metro team there. Eltham Junior.
Eltham Junior, yep.
Recently been at the National Championships back-to-back. Now part of the 16-1s. Hopefully himself and the boys can get up and make it an all-Vic final.
But the referees here with these nice Indigenous tops, quite good. Pretty experienced referee panel right now. It's NBL experience in this group.
You talk about that. There's Glover here. Wildcats look like they're icing the side on ball there. But Wigness puts the ball on the floor.
Just couldn't get it to go.
As Doyle comes up with it. Kicks ahead to McKay. Lovely hand in there by Hunter Clark.
It's that first step for Wigness. That first step just blows by, puts everyone under pressure straight away.
Quite a strong body too, just for a guard.
And he takes some contact, gets to the rim.
I was thinking Adam Doyle was almost not the shortest guy on the court, but not quite there. But the way he can create for himself, McKay forces up a little floater. And you see that speed of Wigness, putting it on the floor straight away, looking to create. He kicks out the glove. He got Coonan here, Vic Country boy. Doyle takes it away from him. Here's Ava.
There's that speed from Wigness. Just chased down, knocked from behind.
As we'll see, Eltham Junior Sam Whelan will check in for Adam Doyle.
I think Eltham Junior, courtesy of the Mafra Association down in Gippsland.
And I think, Dwayne, you and I wouldn't be on tonight if it wasn't for Tyson Whelan after going on to holidays.
Little holiday mode.
And it is. Into McKay. There's Ava in that spot again. Straight into a shot. You talk about the confidence. Hit 3 of his first 4. Oh, sorry, he was fouled on 2 of them. Hit his first one.
Foul off the ball.
Be on McGregor, holding.
They're holding Schmidt, and then that will be in the bonus.
There it is. Schmidt back into the game. He'll go to the line. No good on the first. One shot here. Mitchell Lee, one of the captains for the Wildcats, directing here. As the Wildcats push the ball down the floor. Ava in the short corner. Kicks it out. There's Whelan. Extra pass to McKay in motion. No good. Mitch Lee with the little tip up.
Just couldn't get the little tip to go. I think Wigness will end up.
It'll be on Wigness. Second.
Second. Sort of hope that there's a lot of fouls being called that don't come back in the last quarter with people fouling out when you've given up easy fouls in the first quarter. They always hurt you down the stretch.
As is, Dennis is sitting on the bench with 3. You would hate to see Wigness pick up in this 48 seconds his third early in the game in that first quarter. As you talk about, you'd see the likes of Glover have to come back in.
It's a bit of an 8-0 run for the COE where...
Tough double team there by the Wildcats.
Oh, a little travel, no.
Yeah.
There's a foul from McKay, I think, over the top. And Smith will go to the foul line. McKay didn't look overly happy with that call, and he's going to check out for the sub.
There's Bradbury will check back in. Would that be McKay and Sykes, both with fouls?
They're probably a little bit different. They're both, I think they only got 2.
You see Doyle sitting on the bench. No Waldron tonight.
Is that looking to push the ball?
A little zone action here from the COE.
Right at the end.
Get it into Bradbury. A little inside-outside game. You find McGregor.
Nice ball movement. Keep moving the ball, but at some point, somebody's going to have to shoot it.
And there's that foul line pull-up. Bradbury on the boards again. Trying to just keep it
alive.
alive.
Couple of tips just to keep it alive off the board. A couple of times. Couldn't get it to go.
Basket will be waved, but
a foul.
Bradbury will go to the line.
A foul.
Here's Glover. Capon going with a bit of small ball here, even though they're not overly small, but taking Schmidt out of the game. Bradbury, nothing but net. The Wildcats just taking a little bit of a lead here.
Oh, couldn't get it to go.
Mitch Lee almost got a hand on that.
Comes up with a rebound, and they're going to go with 6 seconds to go. Glover's going to go. Not quite a foul.
3-point shot over Whelan, no good.
I think Glover thought it was a foul. No call from the referee.
Still turning and looking for a call. And as it is, he's not quite going to get it. That is quarter time. Here at the Wildcat Den, and it is the Wildcats leading by 1 point.
Yeah, 19-18, and good couple of turns of momentum. The Wildcats came out early, and then the COE got their run, got it out 17-10. Then Eltham came back 18-17.
As it is, it's a game of runs, Dwayne.
Well,
you and I both know that.
Yeah, going to get your opportunity. You've just got to, as long as you can, hold up the opposition, minimise their run till you get your run. You can't just concede straight away and go, oh, you've just got to keep going with yours. Keep doing what you do. It'll turn, get your opportunity, and then you've got to take full advantage.
You look around here, it's a fairly packed stands, but it's not just the Wildcats fans that are here. You've got the family of the COE boys here.
There's a lot of family from the COE boys. I think there's still a couple of the girls' families still here. I know the girls ducked out before, head off to get some rest for their game tomorrow.
As it was, they did come away with a win. And just looking around, look over towards the Wildcats bench, and in the corner, you got just recently back from the 3x3, you've got Alice Kunik, who represented Australia, but with her coach over there, Damon Lowry from the 3-on-3, who
Coach
also...
Lowry, no, I can't see no chopper chop right now. Good. Gee loves the chopper chop in the 3-on-3. Maybe he's got a couple in his pocket. He'll keep one for later on.
He might have just finished one for all we know.
Oh, he could have too. There's still a bit of conversation with the coaching staff from the COE and the referee Elliot Green. I think we're all fine now, and
you're able to see that, but I'm unable to see it because referee Hollywood was right in the way there. As it is, Glover will start with the ball here. Schmidt back in the game. Going to put the ball on the floor.
Went for the spin and couldn't quite get it. Slipped on the floor.
There's that big body of Bradbury just getting in the way there, using a bit of strength, and
just upset that centre of balance. And he's going to be a great move. Just couldn't quite get his feet under the body.
As it is, we got a broken
broken floor wiper
out here. Young Lachlan Mountford. It is. He'll try and fix that up himself, but it is Whelan here with the ball. Bringing the ball up here. Bradbury inside. Finds Whelan on the outside. Extra pass. Lee to put the ball on the floor. Bradbury with that elbow jump shot, unable to get it to go. As it is the COE, push the ball the other way. You got Clark. Early on ball from Schmidt. They want to be able to create. Gets his feet in the paint. There's Tattersall looking to break down Mitch Lee.
Nice mismatch if they can find it, but they couldn't get it there.
There's Dennis back into the game early here.
Bit unlucky. Fouls. 2 hands in the back.
That'll be Will Tattersall. Mind you, played against him last year in the Youth League for the Melbourne Tigers, so he got the chance to learn off Andrew Gaze and then take his talents and be able to learn a bit more at the AIS. As Wildcats look a little bit junked up here. Shafford gets a high on ball, pull up, and he just hangs a little bit longer and just gets that shot off. Dave Shafford. You know he's going to look to score and bring a scoring punch for the Wildcats. Here's Glover. Finds Schmidt inside. There's going to be a jump ball here. Might have been a bit off the contact.
I think there was opportunity Schmidt on the roll. They needed to throw it up above the rim a little bit. Josh Sykes type action. He was wide open. If they threw it up there, no one was ever going to get to him.
As it is, Talbot will check in.
Just keep rotating those big fellas. You think, oh, I'm going to get a rest from one goes out, but another one comes back in and they're just as tall. Long.
Bradbury puts on the floor. Mitch Lee with the 3 ball. Unable to get to go, and there's Glover. Just grabbing that ball above the rim. Pushing it back at the Wildcats. Magmagor to pick him up. High on ball here. Creates separation. He's got his mismatch.
There's going to be a mismatch here with Glover with Bradbury.
And he just pulls up and shoots the 3.
And takes full advantage. And it's back. We're back tied at 21 all.
Shaffett with that pull-up jump shot again. He just gets it to go. And we're trading baskets at the minute. Trading baskets.
I think it's that middle pick and roll right now. You've got to be able to defend a middle pick and roll.
There's that dunk I was talking about, Dwayne. Angus Glover off that high pick and roll. Just goes down the lane and goes, pretty much he just yammed it down. 2 hands, hang off the rim a little bit. Bit of Josh Sykes like.
Oh, it's just that, just turns the corner and attacks the paint.
Well, there's Shaffett with the shot. There's Dennis coming up with the boards, and here's Glover pushing the floor again. Talbot. Magmagor running back hard and gets his hands in the lane.
Sort of Talbot just didn't look comfortable wanting to catch the ball there in transition.
Not all 5-man do, Dwayne. Not all 5-man do. I'd rather get right down, right in front of the rim, just give it to me there and I'll get a little hook shot.
Except maybe Dirk.
Dirk wasn't making it inside the 3-point line every time. There's Shaffett with the 3.
Ahoy!
He's coming out nice
set.
And quick. So there's that push. Good D from Shaffett. See Wigness will check in here for Dennis.
We've got a
and
timeout.
we're going to time out to the COE. Wildcats up 3. 6:39 to go. So the referees will just get together for their little chat here. A lot of direction there from Cape Horn in the timeout. Yeah, Coach Lee in the middle. Adam Doyle still on the bench here for the Wildcats.
Been out for quite a while now with Sam Whelan, comfortable running the ship.
As it is, we see Peter Stephen, who gets great photos before every game and during for the Wildcats. It is. But now we're going to get the both teams back out on the floor. It'll be the Wildcats ball.
It's sort of a bit of a trade basket right now. Someone's just going to have to step up, either going to get a couple of stops in a row, to get your momentum going your way.
You talk about trading baskets. Wildcats are giving up 23. COE's only giving up 26. When you look at the women's game, it was the first quarter was 26 points to the women. So they've stemmed the runs of each other pretty well in this game.
And the COE gone into the zone right now. The Sykes coming back in. Bradbury in the paint. Kick to Shafford. Finishing off the last 3, couldn't make it, and Magmagor not quite enough on the tip.
Here's Glover pushing the ball. Puts Josh Sykes on a poster.
Well, that's probably one back the other way from Glover getting up above the rim. Well,
you don't always see that happen. Josh Sykes had a little smile on his face.
I think he's wanting to get one back now. You'd see in the corner a couple of the Eltham women were up about it too.
Bit of a smile on their face.
Chelsea Swears jumped up out of her seat. Oh, good for a point guard run down and throw a 2-handed junk. down the middle of the paint over the 4-man. It's always exciting. There's an interesting matchup here with Wigness and Magbegor.
Here's Wigness. Lost Magbegor slightly.
Nice pass.
Inside out game from the Wildcats here.
Still staying with the zone, the COE. Shafford for 3, couldn't get it to go. Tattersall comes up with a rebound. And they're looking to push the ball again.
Oh, lovely little cross. And there's that dump off again to Schmidt.
But it's that speed from Wigness just blowed by the defender. Opens up the lane for everybody else.
Do you see Sykes here? He's wanting to go at the ring and get one back.
Well, a little bit of boys being boys. Pushing a little bit of bump off the ball. Mitch
Hare.
Mitch Hare just comes in to make sure everyone knows who the boss is.
He just says, I'm not going to have any of that, and I will get rid of you if I feel it's going to continue. Tattersall checks out. Coonan will check in. Sykes to the line.
Gone with these, rolled these gold shoes out in the Bendigo game, and not sure whether he's had too much luck with them yet, but a couple of games in.
Gets the free throw to go. It is both to go. Gets himself back to 50%. Here they are playing through Schmidt again at the high. They want to get high on ball. Just dump it off to him. And just every time, Wigness just drives, draws the big, and he's just going to throw it off with his left hand there, Dwayne. Just get 2 easy points inside and keep the scoreboard ticking over for the COE. Sykes to feed McKay. Here's Doyle in motion. Unable to get the 3 to go. Wigness will come up with it. Finds Glover. Glover, as McKay goes under, he steps up and just knocks the 3 ball down.
Yeah, probably something we can't do very often is get under screens. If you're going under, it's going up. And at a high percentage of time, it's going in. So it's a high risk, high reward. Defensively, I'm going under, stop you getting your feet in the paint, but you're giving up the 3. Big screen from Bradbury allows Doyle to get on the rim.
Sykes will get held as he goes for the board. Just quietly, Dwayne, Angus Glover does have 19 points already here. There's still just under 4 minutes to go.
19 out of the 34. That's a pretty good return. We'll see Patrick Ryan check in for his first minutes.
There's Shafford, turns it over, and Glover's going to punch it down the other end. Glover pulls up for that 3-pointer attempt. He's just hit his last. Noah went to him. Foul be on Ryan. The subs will check back in here. Wigness, quick little breather there. Just 20 seconds. Extended pressure here from Wigness. A few players on skates here tonight.
Well, I think it's just the speed.
There's Shafford with the 3 ball. Dave Shafford gets it back to a 3-point game.
Doyle versus Wigness, both speedy.
Shafford steps up, puts his chest on the line. Here's Hunter Clark. There's that dump off we just spoke about.
Oh, Bradbury. Oh, a foul. There was a bit of a, no one wanted to call the foul. They did eventually. And Smith will go to the foul line. We get sub. Bradbury checks out with Avers coming back in.
Wildcats running McKay in the 5. Sykes at the 4. Couple of shooters out here. See if Cape Horn would like to stay in the zone, as Schmidt can't get the first one to go. And the second one's good.
We have a sub. Schmidt checks out.
And Cape Horn's going to match it.
It's going to go a little bit smaller as well.
Dennis sitting on 3 fouls here, as he'll check back in.
A little bit of extended pressure
From Weakness. Foul be called. He'll get 2 shots at the line.
on Ryan, and then Shafford will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's 2 quick fouls there on Ryan. As Shafford gets the first to go, cuts it to 3.
It's just a matter of the Wildcats just keep chipping away, staying in it, and hope they can get it to turn in the third.
As I just looked over my right shoulder and Brendan Ellis just walked out.
Maybe he's just
Watching his housemate Mitchell Lee.
Mitch Lee's not on the court, so he goes, I'm going home. I'm not sure. For all those Tigers fans.
That'd be you, Dwayne, a Tigers fan right there.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny. I must say, I don't like the Collingwood black and white stripes though, so we'll leave it at that. So it's good that the refs have gone with a different uniform, which looks amazing.
There's Shafford, but McKay on the boards.
Couldn't finish, easy putback. Just needed to reward himself for that finish. And he's going to have to do it the hard way and make the 2 foul shots now. That's 4.
Just having a look at the stats as to who that was on. That'd be on Weakness.
That's his 4th. And,
You got Tattersall sitting on the bench with 3, Weakness with 4.
could have been probably Dennis then that foul. If Tennis just checked out. So having 4 fouls before half time is not ideal. There's a bit of dispute now. There's up at the bench trying to clarify who the foul was on now from the COE.
Coach Cape Horn doesn't know who to put in, as he's got 2 guards.
Good move from Ryan with the left-hand floater. Turn the corner, got it to go. It's back out, 3-point lead here, the COE. Wildcats trying to get a set here. Shafford made the last couple of threes.
It's that little
Gets
floater.
the floater.
Little teardrop floater there from Dave Shafford. Hunter Clark here with the ball. Creates off the on ball. Finds Coonan. Josh Sykes just gets a hand to it.
But Coonan good enough to get it back again. We go with a minute and a half to go. The COE lead by 3. Back in the zone.
McKay trying to get position inside. There's Shafford with the 3 ball. Coming up short. Bit of tied legs there from Dave Shafford. Here's the Wildcats pushing it. Weakness trying to draw a foul, but anyways, gets the 2 points.
Bit of contact through there, nothing called. He's good enough to make the 2 anyway.
Weakness stepping up early, not allowing Doyle to get to that right hand and try and reverse the ball, as he'll just go down the lane and get a little floater.
They go 57 seconds, 3-point lead. Got Talbot sitting in there ready to check in on the sub, so
Glover's waving away the wing, trying to create off of Coonan here. Weakness wants it on ball. He's going to take it downhill at Sykes. Just touch off the glass. Sykes didn't want to go after that one and pick up a 3rd foul before the half here.
Over McKay presented in the middle, wide open, didn't find him.
We get an offensive foul called here.
An offensive foul call on Shafford. Yeah, a little bit of
chit chat from the
well,
sideline
I
down
was
here.
not sure who was, not agreeing of the call from the crowd.
A very late call, but it was there. And, Glover put his body on the line, and they're going to get the last chance at it here for the half as they lead by 5. The Glover keeps it high. Doyle guarding him. Coonan. You get big guys. Josh Sykes gets a tip. Ava, he's going to be fouled. He'll go and
foul,
shoot.
and there's still a little bit of by play.
A couple of the younger ones just trying to lock up here and try and just get in the head of the Wildcats here. The younger ones of the COE.
Then Ava will go and shoot 2, and they'll put Schmidt in and Talbot. Make sure they secure this rebound if they miss.
4.2 seconds on the clock. As Ava can't get the first to go and try and cut it to 3 points. He gets
Makes the second.
We'll see what the COE comes up with here. Doyle all over Glover. It's going to be off Red's foot.
Well, the Wildcat bench was up, but clearly off the back of Doyle's foot.
Little smile there from Doyle. Tried to get away with it.
It's like they're going to stretch the floor. Is this going to be a lob for Talbot from out of bounds? With Ava defending? No.
Glover to throw up a 3/4 court, and he throws it over the backboard. Someone might need to tell him that stop hitting the weight room so much.
Too much in the strength and conditioning.
As it is, halftime here, the Wildcat Den. It is the COE leading by 4, and one of the coaching staff just come across and had a chat to the referees.
There's a bit of a discussion on the fouls to try and clarify who was the fouls were on, and as the kids come running in from everywhere, looks like a bit of shootout here at halftime.
I recognise some of these faces from our holiday camps, and Will Reichel out there on the microphone.
He's got all the kids out there.
Very good at what he does, Will, with that stuff.
Well, I think it's so back to the game. So we see Coach Lee and Coach Smith for the Wildcats still having a little discussion about what they can change, what they got to do better. It's about making sure they defend on penetration right now. Yeah. Every time they get feet in the paint, they're kicking it, finding open people, the COE. So they've probably got to do a better job on shutting that down.
And as it is, it's Dave Shafford who's brought a little bit of a punch off the bench for the Wildcats, bringing 14 points in just 10 minutes. But you look at the game and it's been a little bit of Angus Glover.
Oh, it's all about him this first half.
Massive poster dunk down the middle, and
got the dunk on Sykes. It ends up with 19 and a couple of threes. He's got the whole game going on.
There's it. You get our little stat sheets here from Eltham Juniors coming through. The thing that stands out to me straight away is those points in the paint. It would have been Schmidt. Just that, it's only 8 points, but you look at it, Wigness gets his feet in the paint, a little dump off, and Schmidt was able to just get some easy twos going.
Well, 26 to 10 points in the paint. And you only lead by 4. You take even half of those away and you're nearly down 10. So it's about great execution from that penetration, find the open one. If you're not going to defend the penetration, then you're going to get scored on. So it's a lot of things defensively for the Wildcats to fix up, but I'm sure they'll sort it out. It'll go close right down the wire here in the second half.
And as it is, we're going to take a little break here, get ourselves refreshed, ready for this exciting second half coming up at the Wildcat Den. As here, we're back at the Eltham High School, the Wildcat Den, as we know it as. And just a quick recap of the game here. Dwayne, I'm just seeing a few stats here that stand out. Is while the COE does have 8 assists, they currently have 9 turnovers as well to go along with that. So really, in that instance, your assists don't really mean too much to me.
And the other one for me is 15 fouls. You have Wigness on 4 already. Dennis and Tattersall with 3. That could hurt them down the stretch in the last quarter. Just as we get going, we'd like to welcome Chelsea Swears to come and have a little chat with us.
Thanks for having me.
How we are enjoying our little stay in Australia, and it's nice and cold. You could be home on the beach, nice and warm. Yeah?
Virginia Beach.
Yeah, definitely missing the beach right now. It's been a bit rainy and cloudy here in Melbourne, but hey, we're enjoying ourselves still.
You get started here, it's going to be Glover bring the ball up the floor.
So one thing we did notice before with Glover's dunk, we did see Chelsea Swears jump off the bench.
He put Josh on an absolute poster.
I think Josh is looking to get one back right now. He keeps eyeing off. He wants to get one back.
I'm sure that's something you're going to mention to him, Chelsea.
100%. I can't let him live that one down. The kid put him on just absolutely owned him in the keyway.
Tattersall's back into the game. No good with the 3-point attempt. McKay's going to push the ball. It's hit behind. There's that speed of the COE boys. And we've got Chelsea on here. Just give us a little heads up. What was the pink socks about tonight?
Yeah, so recently one of Vanessa Panos's great friends, T, is over in the States playing at Syracuse. And she found out that she has breast cancer. So we wanted to show her our support as she fights that battle over the next few months. Yeah, just wanted to give her show her our support tonight and let her know that we're fighting with her.
It's good to see. It's been over a bit of social media in the last week or so. The Australian basketball community get right behind her and hope everything goes well for her. Very promising player.
Yeah, it's been really nice to see all the support that she's been getting.
As we got McKay, he takes to the line. He'll go to the rack. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So you come to the Wildcats, but there's a bit of background behind Chelsea Swears. There's obviously the college stuff that we've seen on social media, but what countries have you played in before?
I played in Athens, Greece. I played in Iceland, and I played in Portugal.
And of those 3, what was your favourite place to go to?
I would say Portugal because I got spoiled. Our team was one of the only teams located on an island, so it was 80 degrees and sunny every day. So we laid out, played basketball, enjoyed the sun. It was a bit like home there, so we were really spoiled.
It sounds a bit like Adam Doyle. Get up, sleep, eat, lay on the beach, go play.
It was nice. It was definitely nice.
How do we go with the different languages in all these different countries?
Yeah, look, that honestly, it kind of just, after a while, it can really weigh you down. You know, it's just kind of a constant reminder that you're different than everyone. So I tend to miss home a lot more in Europe than in Australia.
We talk about the pro career. This is year number
8.
Year number 8 for you. You did play college ball before this, and there was a little talk of the prior to playing of the 3-pointers made in comparison to Steph Curry.
Yep.
And a few extra than what he had throughout all that years.
Yeah, look, those were some good days. Those were some 415 career college threes.
A few championships along that time as well, across your 4 years.
first Final Four appearance from our university, so it was really exciting 4 years.
We're out here.
And what do we study?
I study communication, so I'm practicing my degree now. Let me know how I'm going.
So communications is key. How do we go with, we live in a house at the moment with Maggie, Chelsea and Vanessa. How does that go?
It's a lot of fun. There's never a dull moment at 33 Bloom, so we enjoy ourselves out there. We're always laughing, joking. It's never silent. So yeah, it's fun.
That's good. And then over the school holidays, the last couple of weeks, so you had to do a lot of camps. How does that take away from your time to prepare as an athlete, or it doesn't?
No, I wouldn't say that it does. I just prioritize my time, make sure I either get in the gym before or after camp. Just change our schedule around, move things around, and still have time for everything. We love to give back, and so the camps are fun to us. We don't really look at it as something we have to do. We enjoy being out there with the kids and having a good time and teaching them basketball and life skills as well. So, yeah, we enjoy it.
And I think the kids love it too when you coming in, that you see them here, the stands full on most games with the kids that you've been working with during the week.
Yeah,
it's been
for
great
sure.
for the Wildcats.
I really enjoy giving back to the kids. There's been a lot of people that have helped me get to where I am here today. So if I can give a small portion of that back to the next generation, I'm going to.
So you have a little ritual game day?
Not really.
No?
Mm-mm. I usually sleep in my uniform, though. Everyone jokes on me for it, but hey, I'm in the kit the night before. I'm in the full kit, sleeping. I love the kit.
That's good.
How did that come about?
In college, I wore my uniform before. I just love the kit, man. I got to get ready for the game, and nothing like getting ready than being in the uniform.
As we were talking about the school holiday camps, and how we had over 600 kids attend just 2 camps. But yourself ran a shooting camp, and the SB Solution girls only shooting camp. You had 90 kids. What was it like seeing that many kids just wanted to come out and just go, hey, I'm going to work on my shooting and learn?
Yeah, look, it was exciting. A lot of those kids, I think, have come through some of our home games and just kind of seen the energy that we play with, and to see the kids' interest in wanting to better themselves and them thinking that I can help them is a lot of fun. Seeing all those kids, they were excited, they were loud, they were full of energy. So, yeah, it was a good day.
Kept you on your toes?
They did, for sure.
As is, we've got Josh Sykes here at the line. Wildcats trail by 9 to 1. Just a little over 5 minutes to go in the third. What for the Wildcats? You see there's a few mix-up of matchups here. A bit of small ball here for both teams. As you see Bradbury and Schmidt. It's Wigness taking it down the lane at Ava.
That's what we're talking about at half-time, was about taking away the penetration, feet in the paint. There's another 2 in the paint. So got to be better at defending the paint, not allowing penetration.
I'll be honest, I'm just really busy watching Josh try to get him back. He's trying hard. It just hasn't happened for him yet. I have faith, though. He'll get him back.
As is, Ava is fouled. You go to the line for an extra. We touched on your college career, but what were the little accomplishments at Christopher Newport?
Oh, look, we won 3 conference championships. We made a Final Four appearance. I scored a fair few points. They put my number in the Raptors after my senior night, so that was exciting. It's a great university. A lot of people hate on it because it's Division III, but we won a lot of championships, so I love that place.
It must be a pretty proud moment having the singlet hanging in the gym. Do you get to go back at all, and you walk in and see your number on the wall, and you go, "Wow, we've spent some good times here."
Yeah, for sure. I still think that because I've been gone so much ever since college that it really hasn't sank in. I think maybe it will when I'm back home a lot more, but I know my parents are extremely proud. And the year before, I was inducted into my school Hall of Fame and my conference Hall of Fame, so there's a plaque of that on the wall. I know that really makes my parents proud.
This WNBL, does that ever come on the radar for Chelsea Swears?
Look, there's sensitive subject. No, we're still trying, so
well, maybe
see.
Maybe Tommy and I, we should have a conversation with Miss Hibbert at the Sydney Flames and ex-Eltham Junior.
I would greatly appreciate it.
As it is, we've got a 7-point game here. 5 minutes, 6 seconds here in the third. What are you seeing, Chelsea? What are you seeing that the COE are doing that's making it tough for the Wildcats to get themselves back into this game?
They're constantly moving. Look, these kids are really, really athletic. These kids are high experience. Nothing gets them rattled. They just keep playing, keep going hard. They're unselfish. They move the ball. They attack. They're not scared.
See the touch again, Dwayne, as they go to the ring.
We got to be able to contain them better. We can't keep anybody in front of us, one-on-one containment.
There's Doyle with the 3, and he's able to get it to go. There's a 6-point game here. We talk about that feet in the paint, but we talk about the touch that these kids have. There's Ovi McMega says no. You called that one early, Chelsea. Doyle creating off that on ball again. McMagor down the middle of the lane, losing control of it, able to save it. There's Lee in the corner. You can see Glover, he's going to push the ball here.
Is it true he's had 3 ACL tears?
I believe it's 2. It might be 3, but definitely guaranteed 2.
And he's still so athletic. He doesn't favor either knee. Doesn't seem scared or timid at all.
We saw that as he took it at Sykes. But Doyle, a little bit of Steph Curry action there. Shot it and pulled his arm straight down.
Especially at such a young age, having 2 ACLs already. It becomes more mental than physical.
Right.
Yeah, lovely ball movement there.
Had a bit of a
COE.
mismatch there on defense.
So Chelsea, tell me, what's it like? Family, obviously able to watch the games and see you do what you do. But across all the years, have they been able to watch every game? Have they come out to any of the countries you've played in?
They haven't, unfortunately. They're a little bit timid about the long flight, especially here to Australia. I try to tell them it's not that bad, but the whole 15-hour doesn't seem too appealing to them. But they definitely love the live stats. They wake up at 4 a.m. every Friday or Saturday, depending on our schedule, and watch it. They send me a lot of text messages afterwards on their reviews. Those are interesting. But they're constant support. They keep me going, so I'm very thankful to have them.
So they would be your harshest critic or your biggest fan?
They're my biggest fans. They are my biggest fans.
Doyle, tough 2 inside there.
Been getting it going in the last couple of times down the floor. A couple of 3s, little 2 there. It's all about defense right now for the Wildcats. It's got to stop penetration. I think Josh was hoping for a missed layup for the dunk there, but Shafford was too good.
He's still chasing that one.
Still 5-point lead here to the COE.
Weakness. Going to look to put the ball on the floor here. Take it at Shafford. Pulls up. Nice little touch on the jump shot.
He's almost scared them into that penetration. He's just going to go by him. So just keep backing up, and then he just pops and knocks down a jumper off the foul line.
Double high here on Doyle, trying to take away that shot. Here's Sykes, just up above the rim and just places it in. Bit too far away to dunk that one. Mismatch inside here. Coonan outside. It's a miss box out. And the COE just keeping that pressure.
Back into the zone, the COE here.
Trying to take away that ability of Adam Doyle, just coming off on balls. But
it doesn't matter. There's one thing we're talking the women's game, Chelsea, was, yeah, okay, you shoot a lot of threes, but one of your great weapons is your one dribble pull-up at the edge of the paint. For me this year, having not seen you play previously, that has been awesome for you this year.
Yeah, I think just having the mid-range game opens it up a little bit, so defenders can't just try to run me off the three-point line and take me out. So I think just being able to mix it up, not having to go all the way to the basket where the big trees are down there waiting on me, being able to pull up and knock that down. So she's always keep the defense guessing.
With 34 seconds to go, it's the COE by 4.
Here's
and a
Doyle.
steal from Doyle.
A late foul call here. Doyle will go to the line. Chance to cut it to 2. Crowd's gone a little bit quiet here.
Can't blame them. It's a little bit chilly in here tonight.
Well, you reckon it's chilly here. I reckon when you go to practice at the Leisure Centre on Tuesday night, that would be one of the coldest gyms in the world.
Correct. Just got my hand warmers here. Pull those back out.
Just to tease us in front of us here.
I only got one. I'm not sharing.
I thought it was like shorts weather, really. I thought it wasn't too bad. Anyway. Doyle gets the 2.
I don't know why the hype with the land down under. Everyone thinks it's so hot here everywhere. It's freezing in Melbourne.
We just don't get the snow like a lot of parts of the US do.
For sure.
Let's see how we're going to
rotate some more.
Put the 2 big fellas in.
Just one of them. Talbot's a little bit unsure as to who he's actually taken off. Keeps looking back at coach, but in the end it's Glover. There's weaknesses at the line. And he gets the first to go. Shafford comes up with it, and Doyle's going to get the final shot here. As both come and double here. Wigness close to picking up that 4th or 5th, actually. Clark puts it up at the buzzer, unable to get it to go.
It's at three-quarter time. It's the COE leading 65-62. And Chelsea, we're going to let you go. So you can stop sweating here about having too many revealing questions.
Thanks for having me, guys. I've enjoyed myself.
Thanks for having a chat. Enjoy your rest of the season.
Thank
2 games
you.
next week. Get the 2 wins.
Go Wildcats.
Oh, and minute 20 to go in the three-quarter time break.
Wildcats get themselves back into it. After being down 10 during that and a little bit of a slump, Adam Doyle was able to spark it a little bit for the Wildcats. He gets himself to 15. Well, Justin Aves got 13 and Chafford 16.
I think it's about playing defence, though, was probably one thing that was better for them, even though they still gave up 19, but their defence created a lot of transition. They were getting some easier scores. We're pushing the ball up the floor and getting some open shots.
Now you talk about that defence, Dwayne, and it was Wigness was able to expose the Wildcats a little bit, getting his feet down the lane. And you did mention that he did get down the lane, but then pulls up because they're so worried about getting that drive on him. He just knocks down a little foul line jump shots. And they stemmed Abbott, Angus Glover. Only 3 points that quarter.
And probably for me with Wigness, when he goes, if he's going to throw it, he throws everything in his left hand. So you've probably got to make sure you're a little bit hedging your bets that it's going to go back to the left maybe.
And it's usually a later pass. Waits for the D to get up in the air, and then he'll dish it off.
Well, it's because he sees the floor so well. If you're going to get open, he will get you the ball. Which is a little bit similar to Doyle in a way that if you're going to do the hard work, get open, he'll find you. And you just got to reward yourself, put the ball in the hole, which Shafford has done.
There's Tattersall. There's that touch we talk about. Just all the COE boys.
Just a little rub screen off his back, off the back of Glover, and Tattersall turns the corner. Back into the man.
We'll post up here from McKay. Skip past to Lee. Shots up. Mitch Lee gets the three-pointer to go. 2-point game here at the Wildcat Den. And they're going to go back to the well here, the COE. Just go back to what works for you. A little dump
nice
pass
little
over.
curl. Oh, and there's
Mitch Lee's just
three or
gone.
four blokes crash into the floor. Get our court sweeper, referee.
Out onto the floor.
Oh, here we come.
And the boys are going to come over and just help him a little bit. They're going to put their shoes on it to make sure that it's fully done. And referee Elliot Green will put his shoes in there too.
I think he's happy now. Gave the nod of approval. Yeah, looking around, Tommy, the stadium, even though it is chilly, it is still very full.
Here's Glover. He's going to come off an on-ball. The switch there. Shafford inside on Coonan.
Mismatch with Shafford and Coonan, just easy little hook shot score.
Shafford was just reluctant just to sit behind on that one. Got to do the work to get in front. Little wheel action here. And Sykes going to try and bury his defender under the rim. He'll catch it here. Hedging down. Glover comes from the base. Falls to McKay. He's tipped at the rim. He gets it up. Nice, strong move.
There's good help coming in from Glover onto Sykes. But McKay was good enough on the rebound to force his way back up.
Here's Sykes, gets the tip. But Glover, that athleticism.
It's having that extra half a foot of reach. Just get that tip. It's like Glover's come up a little bit ginger here. Maybe a little knock in the stomach or something, maybe.
A little bit of the, maybe the area you don't quite want to be hit in, Dwayne.
Oh, a little bit lower than the stomach, maybe. Okay,
yeah.
Take your word for it.
As it is, Tattersall's
just
here.
back in. That's a quick little rest from him. So.
As he puts it on the floor against Doyle. Foul be on Doyle for reaching. As that speed of Wigness. Able to turn the corner. And just had a look down at Glover, and it might have got hit in the ribs a little bit. Adam Doyle's shoulder might have got him there as he came back down. Wigness watches the defender flow by and...
checked his feet, make sure he was behind the three. Because remember, I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, those long twos as opposed to three. The long twos, they're no good. Make the three.
Doyle creates off the on-ball. Tough shot. Long. There's that long two you talk about, Dwayne.
Oh, it's in a half a foot back, and it's an extra one.
Doyle trying to get a sneaky little tup.
Oh, Shafford got a hand in there, get a deflection.
Doyle comes up to the wheel,
And they're
shifty
away.
hand. Crossover here. You're going to see Sykes is wanting to fly.
Oh,
Doyle's unable to get it to him.
probably almost need to be thrown up on the board for Sykes to jump over the top.
Tattersall was pretty good then. He didn't fully commit to Doyle and allow Sykes to fly, and didn't commit to Sykes. He just made it hard with that little hedge in between. You see here, Dennis with the ball. Finds Hunter Clark in the corner. Doesn't get it to go.
And they get a foul on Coonan on the rebound.
Glad you could see that. Mitch Hare was in my way. I couldn't quite see. Third personal on Coonan there.
At 71-69. I think the Wildcats need to get a couple of scores here. Get their run going right now.
Here's Shafford off the on ball. Finds McKay. Skip pass to Doyle. It's tipped. Still be with the Wildcats. There's that length of the COE boys. Just getting their hands in the lanes and tipping passes.
When you just talk about that length, Doyle throwing it in, he's a foot shorter than Dennis, and you just, with his long arms, just tips it out of the way. You almost need Doyle to take a step back, get a bit more separation.
Touch pass through from Josh Sykes through the three. And the Wildcats take the lead.
How the ball got through that little gap between arms to Doyle on top.
And Jordan Canavan just to our left here, he got that on footage.
And then
right
Sykes
there.
got the tip.
McKay puts
going.
it down the middle.
A bit lost control. He's trying to find Doyle, but couldn't get him.
He finds Shafford, the other shooter in the corner. And Adam Caporn's seen enough. Wildcats fans have been rejuvenated there, Dwayne.
Well, just all of a sudden, just like that, bank 2 threes, and they're out by 4. And the COE just got to just slow the game down a little bit. Go back to what worked for them.
Get that movement, as Chelsea Schweers just spoke about before. Those young kids are just moving, constantly moving and opening things up.
It sort of sounds a little bit like Coach Cape Corner. He's just not quite happy over there. A little bit on edge in the timeout.
Very vocal, lots of actions that we can see.
You look at the Wildcats, seems to be a bit of Adam Doyle doing a lot of talking everywhere. Coach Smith standing back, let him go for it. So I think that's probably one of the big advantages that having Adam Doyle in with this group this year is his experience of playing at the higher level. He'd come in and take control and talk everybody through it.
You see
probably the improvement of Sykes' mid-range scoring as well. It's not just in the paint he has to score. He's added it better at that mid-range jump shot.
Mind you, he did hit the 3 last week at Albury.
He did hit a 3 in Albury.
Every now and then, there's Wigness putting the ball on the floor, and there's that mid-range, unable to get it to go. And the Wildcats are going to push it here.
But that's that Hunter Clark straight away into lockdown defensively. And then a foul on Mitch Lee.
The handoff here is going to end up in a offensive screen or offensive foul here on Mitch Lee. Wigness looking to open the floor up. Little floppy action here from the COE to get a post up inside. There's going to be an offensive here.
Offensive foul on Schmidt.
If the game's getting a little bit physical and the referees are just going, no, we're not going to have any of those little elbows here and there.
It was a bit hard to see through the crowd, but I didn't think there was a lot in it. But the referee's clearly in a better position than what we are.
Doyle with speed down the court here. Says, come get me, Jeremy. Splits the gap. Gets the floater up off the glass. Adam Doyle. A few fans on their feet just then.
He's got it all going on right now. Getting his feet in the paint, shooting a 3.
Takes his totals to 20.
Good help
Find
from
inside.
Glover.
Smart play by Glover there. And
He had the help. The help come, and he was good enough to find Schmidt.
Schmidt just staying patient. See the COE boys trying to get the ball out of Doyle's hands, but there's going to be a double come here. They just can't stop it. They find Jeremy McKay, and McKay with the 3. Wildcats out to a 7-point lead here, and the fans are getting vocal. Sykes on Clark. McKay with the tip.
Almost the tip.
Sykes with the tip. It's loose. Sykes stepped out of court as he tried to save it.
You can see the hustle now defensively. They got a little bit of a sniff, the Wildcats, so they can get this win, and they're up and about, benches up, they're all over loose balls. Time for the COE now just to calm themselves, control and execute what they do. Like Doyle checking out, Whelan coming in.
Short little breather here, you'd see,
I think
for
he'd probably
Doyle.
just have a minute rest. Try and maybe might just be break the match up because they're starting to lock down hard with Dennis defending him hard, so it might just be get away from that for a second.
Schmidt trying to get that seal inside.
Tattersall with a long 3.
McKay will come up with it.
And Schmidt comes up with a foul on a rebound.
COE missed that post up inside just then of Schmidt. Had McKay pinned right underneath the ring. Just had to throw it in. I reckon he could have turned and just dunked it on McKay. But after all that, we're going to see some, looks like a bit of extended pressure here. Coach Capehoorn's not happy. People aren't in the right spots where they want them.
Nice back cut. Finds Lee, but every help came from everywhere.
The feed to McKay's no good. Oh, excuse me, Dwayne. See that little rub screen there again. Schmidt's going to put the ball on the floor. Sykes goes early.
And they get foul called.
Hands foul be on Sykes.
And that's his 3rd. I think they were all really concerned right then with Wigness coming over the top, that everyone jumped out to defend him. Schmidt gets the roll, gets on the rim. Probably one thing he's got to keep exploring that. Makes the first to a 6-point lead.
Schmidt at the line. Sykes goes through the bottom of the net. He's been taught by the guys to go and tap it off the rim, but you can't quite go that way, Josh.
You can't tap it off the rim once it's gone through the net.
Okay, puts the ball on the floor. He's going to be fouled. I think it's going to go on Ryan here, not Schmidt. I think it's going to go on Ryan for putting his hands in.
Yeah.
That'll be his 4th.
His 4th as well. So there's quite a few here for the COE on 4.
And Dennis will check in for Glover. So you might see a short break here for Glover. Just get his breather back. So McKay's unable to get the first to go. You saw the women for the COE running with 8. You got the men running with 9. Registering 3 this week due to the World's commitments. If they can get a little sniff here, they might be a little bit of confidence. There's Wigness downhill. Gets it out to Ryan. Ryan's good with the 3 over the hand of Sykes.
It goes back to the penetration for Wigness. He just down the lane and good enough to find the open player.
Lee on the wing. Wildcats going to grind it in a little bit here. McKay put the ball on the floor. Loses it. Going to be tipped by the COE. He's going to be 9 seconds on the shot clock. Lead inbound here. Sykes is open. Gets it to Shafford. Shafford with the pull-up jump shot. And there's that little pull-up jump shot. Foul line area. Seen a couple of those this game, Dave Shafford.
Good for him in the 2nd quarter. He got that.
But yet again,
Wigness with the speed. Just blows by. No help. and gets an easy 2 under the hoop.
As we'll see Adam Doyle walk back towards the bench. As McKay will be fouled.
He was looking to go the other way and decided, well, I'm just going to go myself. Couldn't get the shooter's roll. Whelan checks back out. And that's 5 on Dennis. And Glover comes back in. There's 1 for McKay. It makes a second. It's a 5-point lead.
This
a weakness.
And they're going to say it was tipped.
Oh, gee, that was a long way up over the board.
They're going to say it was tipped by Sykes. I don't know if you actually got to that one, Dwayne. Here's Ryan at the top. Glover, he's going to shoot it. Sykes' hands were down. He goes, get your hand up.
It's just too far away, and he was a long way out too.
Little tap on the bum there from Sykes. Says, well done, young fella. You got me.
Doyle checks straight back in and goes bang. Just a little pull up.
Here's Glover in the pick. Pick and roll action. Schmidt going to try and get that post up inside, but it's Hunter
Dennis.
Clark with the 3.
Clark, well, there you go.
1 point game here. Doyle going under. Doyle's no good. McKay on the boards. McKay can't get the extra to go.
Compete. It's still about that touch. The COE boys just have that touch every day, shooting the ball.
McKay jumps out early.
Probably not getting
Doyle
shots up every day, and off to races.
Offensive foul is going to be called on Sykes. Minute 51 here, 1 point game. And we'll go to both teams in the bonus now, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting this last minute 50.
The Wildcats at 3/4 time, 18 of 28 from the free throw line, while the COE was only 3 of 8. Doyle all over Glover, but he's getting room, and he is knocking down a 3-ball. COE bench is up and about. Glover looks a little bit hurt there in the ribs. It's a 2-point ball game. Shafford puts the ball on the floor, gets a touch up above. McKay on the boards, can't come up with it.
And Ryan comes up with a rebound.
Loses his headband for the cause. Don't know what it's holding together when it's that far on his forehead, but
it's got to keep the long locks in. Something I'm not sure about, given the short end. And they get a travel.
As he'll adjust his headband again.
And they go 1:12 to go. 2 points the difference. Eltham need a score to get back in front.
Expect some pressure to come here on Doyle. As Clark's going to step out here. Wigness all over Doyle. Doyle just creates, gets a touch off the glass, unable to get it to go. Clark will get the set. Here's Wigness on the ball. He's going to want to put the ball on the floor, see what he can create. There's a tip by Sykes.
But couldn't.
Wigness finds Ryan. Ryan with the 3. Able to get it to go. Mitch Lee with the boards. 30 seconds to go here. Doyle with the ball. He wants downhill. Sykes, he's fouled going to the rim. We've got a shot clock left on the on the clock there, Dwayne. 24 seconds.
24.
Sykes at the line.
Looks like Coach Cape Horner's on the score. He's going to be calling timeout. So
this will be a test for Josh Sykes. Short on the first.
Is this where you miss it on the top rebound with the putback dunk from Sykes down the middle?
You'd want to hope that the COE gets a box out on him. Because as Mitch Lee is, he's going after it. Mitch Lee's up the floor. Tried to tip it out. There's going to be Glover going to the line.
And that's probably not the person you want to foul going on the foul line.
And we can't give you a free throw percentage for the season. Must not have shot any. Or he hasn't hit any.
Yeah, but he hasn't missed too many shots tonight, so it's fair to say he's probably going to make it.
3-point game here.
I reckon there's going to be timeout coming from the Wildcats if this goes in.
Coach Smith up near the bench ready to call it. Sykes with the tip.
With 18 seconds to go, 3 points.
Adam Doyle with the ball. Shaffett with the 3 ball. Shaffett unable to get it to go. There's going to be a foul called. Just a regular foul there. Couldn't have had too bad a look of it just then. With Dave Shafford, it'll be weakness to the line. That was McKay's 4th. You look at Glover, he's had 29 points tonight, 11 of 19 from the field, Dwayne. Larry, there's only 2 free throws. Weakness can't get the first to go.
Is that one? There's no rebounders here for COE, so they're backing in. He's going to make this, and there's going to be a timeout.
Bit of noise here at the den, and we're going to be a timeout here.
Timeout. 91-87 with 7 seconds to go.
Where are you going with the ball here, Dwayne?
Well, everybody's going to go to Doyle. I'm probably making a sub. Probably want to get a couple of shooters in. Shafford's shooter.
Do you look at the likes of putting maybe a Whelan in the game or an Ava?
Whelan or Ava, yeah. You got 7 seconds. You got to get 2 scores. You take, do you give up Lee, McKay to put the 2 shooters in.
Allow Sykes to jump
to be the jump on the rebound. Although McKay hit the 3 earlier, and Lee hit the 3 earlier, so just somebody's got to make a score. Being 4 down, you've got to get a 3 and hope they foul you and go to the foul line, or you got to get a 2
and get right up and
then steal it straight away with the clock stopped on the score.
COE got some small ball with some wings in here. It looks like Coonan might go to the inbounder, no matter who it is, just to provide that size and try and get a tip on the pass.
Yeah, I think it's that step back away from the line. Give yourself some space to be able to throw it with Coonan up over line. You wouldn't want to jump over the line, or that's
Here's
a technical.
Doyle, no good on the 3-point attempt.
And that was on the logo. That was a long way back.
Just going to wipe the floor here after players fallen over. Coach Cape Horn quickly going to call his troops over, what they're running. Okay,
quick. Like the COA will take this one out, and the Wildcats will push on for the last weekend next weekend.
Taking on Nunawading and and Melbourne.
Nunawading at home on Saturday, and then Melbourne in at MSAC on the Sunday to wrap out the season.
So Hunter Clark's going to be in the middle of the floor here. He's going to be found here. And no foul's going to be called, and they throw it out. And the game's going to be played out there. It's going to be the COE taking away a 4-point win. So in both the men's and the women's, 4-point games. Just the Wildcats unable to get over the line.
Yeah, some good shooting there from Glover. Wigness was great, finding people were open. But for the Wildcats, Shafford got going. Doyle was great in the second half. Made some tough buckets.
Ava with 13 points.
In the first quarter, he got it going really early in the first quarter, making some tough shots.
Didn't see him much in the second half.
No, he's come back from injury a few weeks ago, so whether he's still a little bit sore, not sure, but
looks like a few tired bodies here from the COE boys.
Well, that just gives them confidence. Too, like the women, they got Hobart tomorrow and then Sandringham on Sunday. So get the first win of the 3-game weekend is always great.
As it is, we touched on it. We're just going to get the game ball handed to us
the game
here.
ball. We do an autograph, Tommy? Autograph that for some fans and hand that out. But all in all, great night here. The stadium was full. A lot of COE bringing parents coming in to catch up with their kids coming back down from Canberra. Great for them to see them play.
Yeah, look at the stats here, Dwayne. And points in the paint for the COE. 50 points in the paint to 26. 50 of their 91 was coming from the paint.
And I reckon that the rest of them, if I just look at the stats, 10 threes, so they've made 30 threes.
30 points there.
And 51 in the paint. That's pretty good going. Not having to shoot too many mid-ranges if you're getting everything in the paint.
Well, you look at the not as evenly spread minutes as the women had for the COE. With Hunter Clark running nearly a full game, 38 minutes. Glover, 34. Will Tattersall, 25. And Wigness running 26. How's that going to affect them come the end of this 3-game stretch, do you feel, Dwayne?
It's going to be tough, depending on how much they've played previously. I know they had a couple of fellas sitting out, so they might be rotating. So, like Josh Bannon didn't play tonight, so he'll probably play tomorrow or Sunday, I would expect. So they might rotate a couple out.
Going through a stretch here, loosen themselves up.
Yeah, you got play with 9, you bring 11 or 12 down, so couple in, couple out each game.
So that'll just about do us here from the Wildcat Den on a Friday night for NBL1 action, and we do talk about it next week. Will be the last home game for the Wildcats, Saturday night against Nunawading. But as it is for the COE, they travel and play at Hawthorn or Burundara tomorrow, taking on Hobart. And then Sunday they'll take on Sandringham to close out their triple header for this week. And they'll back it up and they'll go again next week.
Yeah, they're done. That's it. Their last 2 games for the year this weekend.
Well,
it's been a great year, the NBL1 season. So be all positive and even bigger and better again next year. So we'll see all the Wildcats fans and probably some Nunawading fans, I think, next Saturday night here in the Den for the last home game for the Wildcats. Thanks, Tommy. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, Dwayne.